can sell up to 1,022 persons can get our product. But when the loan came in, we were able to sell over 5,690 something persons. If you're standing alone on your own to register for NAFDAC, in fact, you will close your business, you want to run away.
What would you say is wrong with loans in your context or in the context of Nigeria? What are the risks or dangers of starting with loans?
The woman was like, Janel, you did not add my gift for me. I said, my which gift? She said, the extra crayfish that you used to add. And
that you also had some kind of an informal referral system.
We are so sincere in the sense that if we tell you that this product works this way, that's the exact way you will see it.
How easy is it in Nigeria to begin to export products? We do it. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining Unity Africa. Today I'm here with Janet Tom, the founder and CEO of Janel Stores, and we're privileged to have her tell her story today about doing business in Africa and doing business specifically in Nigeria. She'll tell her story of bootstrapping. She will share her thoughts on whether there are still opportunities for small business owners in Nigeria, and we'll be able to learn a lot from her own personal journey. So Janet, welcome to the program, and please do introduce yourself.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Thank you for having me and finding this company worthy of showcasing. My name is Janet Tom, and I am the CEO of Janel Foods. I am a microbiologist, and I possess a certificate in entrepreneurial and financial management from Enterprise Development Training. I am a food processor and also an exporter. Here at Janel Foods, we process and package foodstuffs, and we distribute it in Nigeria and also export it to the Nigerians in diaspora. It was in 2022. I was always working the normal 9 to 5 p.m. job that we all know. And then sometime when I closed from job later, as a manager then, getting to the market to cook food for my family, I will always find it difficult to handpick quality foodstuffs. So what really made me to start up Janel Foods was there was a time I got fish. We all know this popular fish in Nigeria, panla fish. So getting home to prepare meal for my family, I discovered there was so much maggot in it. So I couldn't use that fish that night, and I was so frustrated. At that point, I sat down and I asked myself, if I am in Nigeria and I'm facing this problem, meaning that there are other people in Nigeria and others in diaspora that face the same problem of getting quality, hygienically processed foodstuffs, because our health is very, very important to us. Without our health, we cannot go on our daily jobs, our daily business. So what we consume, what should enter our stomach, needs to be checked, need to be properly checked. So that is why we start up Janel Foods in 2022. It was birthed in 2022, and then in 2023, it was fully registered as a recognized business in Nigeria. That was when I discovered that to have access to quality foodstuffs is very difficult. Quality foodstuffs that is free of germs, bacteria, molds is very, very difficult. So in that aspect, I started up Janel Foodstuffs, Janel Foods, bringing people quality foods and thereby having a lot of customers. I could remember them, I started from my office. From that office, people were like, Janel, if you can be selling this quality crayfish, can be selling this quality palm oil and fish and the likes, that means I can be getting them from you. So I started from my 2022, I started from my immediate colleagues in the office. So I was selling to them, they'll be asking for it. And from there, we were growing, we started upscaling and to where we are now. Yes, I get those foodstuffs from the bulk buyers, from the local farmers, bring them to my place, employ some people to work with me, clean it, such that when customers are getting it from me, it is ready to cook. We do not sell product that you still need to work on it. We don't sell product that has dates. We sell hygienically processed food stuff because we are so concerned about the health of our customers. So that's what we do at Janel Foods. And with this, we
Wow,
have been able to solve many problems, like solving the problem in SDG 2, which is zero hunger, and also solving a problem in SDG 12, which is responsible consumption and production. Which
wow, I like that. SDG is connected to your business, solving
yeah,
zero hunger and responsible production and consumption of food items. That's fantastic. I want us to dig into the question of bootstrapping. I really like the fact that you started with those that know you, and the market gave you feedback, and using that feedback, you are able to sustain what you are doing, do more of preparing food so that when you sell the food stuff, it is ready to be used in the kitchen. So can you tell us a bit about the techniques you used at the beginning to market your business?
we talk about bootstrapping here, that it is the practice of starting and growing a business using one's own resources rather than relying on external funding like venture capital or loans. Then I would like to explain in my own terms. In a layman understanding, we will say that bootstrapping is the act of gathering funds, getting money to run your business. You know, as emerging entrepreneurs, you may not have that big, large sum of money to start at first. So what you do is you bootstrap. And these are the method that worked for me. You call on people. You can have a kind of a party, call on people, tell them it is my birthday. Come for my birthday. And as you're coming, I am planning to start up something new, something exciting, and you need to come with a gift for me. So you can do that way and then you get funding. Bootstrapping, you can also be working your normal 9 o'clock to 5 p.m. as I was doing then. I knew that this point that I am, because at that point I started seeing money, I need to start up my own business fully. And there will be a time that I will not be working again for somebody. I won't be doing the 9 to 5 p.m. job again. So at that moment, I was always saving money. Whenever my salary comes in, I will keep a token for, we all know what we call a joy in Nigeria. So I'll keep a token for my business. So that was the method I was using to bootstrap. And I was able to stand on my feet where we are today. Okay, if you're starting at first, I wouldn't advise anybody, any business person, entrepreneur to get loans at the initial moment you're starting. So with the bootstrapping, you'll be able to raise some funds and then stand well, because every business has its risks. Every business comes with a risk. Nobody should deceive you. There will be a risk. There will be how you get items and they are not good and you need to replace it for your customer. So if you're relying on a loan money, at that point you'll be frustrated. But if it is your own money, you'll be able to manage it and you will overcome that point. So starting as a new a new business person, you need to bootstrap at first before you take up from
Fantastic.
there.
I like that. Now, you said something about loans. What would you say is wrong with loans in your context or in the context of Nigeria? What are the risks or dangers of starting with loans?
But to start a load, myself, when Janel Foods was we scaled to a certain point, which we knew that at this point we need more funding to upscale. We need more funding to run sponsored ads, to do advertisements, to get more equipment, to pay more staff. So at that point, we reached out to the Kabila Strategy Club for a loan in order for us to be able to meet up with the demand of our customers. So if you're getting a loan, it is not a death sentence, because a lot of people, once business people are hearing about loan, they will be like, God forbid, I can't do that. The risk, the rate is too high. I won't be able to pay. I don't want to run into debt. I don't have collateral and all those things. But when I got the loan from the Kabila group, it really helped. There will be challenges. In fact, let me share the reality incident that happened. When I got the money, I was using it because if you're a business person, you need to be very careful with your documentation. You need to have your record set. Everything you do, write it out. You drink pure water in the course of delivery, or you're going to pick up a goods, write it. Everything you do, document it, because there will be a time that that inventory and your sales book and your bookkeeping will help you solve a problem. I got some equipment, I got some things. At some point, it was as if the money was reducing in the account. And at that point, I was already thinking, where did this money go into? Is it like there's one for somewhere, they're draining out the money? I had to get all my books, my recording books, and I went through them one after the other. And to the glory of God, I was able to pin down everything that I used the money for. And when I calculated, doing all the calculation, I noticed I noticed that my money was still intact. And that really helped me and boost up my confidence again that, oh, my money is in this product, is in this place. That was how I was able to overcome the fears.
That's good. That's a good one. We're going to talk a bit about the psychological effect of thinking that your money is vanishing if you don't have the records, right? And
Yeah.
especially in Africa, sometimes we're even afraid. Maybe it's a satanic attack. It's somebody sending something to us simply because we've not done what we are supposed to do. But I like the fact that you called out taking records, because
Yes.
every spend is important. Even like you said, pure water or sachet water that you take when going to do a delivery, it's a spend and it accumulates. It's a spend and it accumulates. And you said putting it down on record helped you to be able to map your spend back to the capital you had, right? That's beautiful. And that cleared the air for you psychologically in order to be able to say, my money is not disappearing. My money is not disappearing. It's actually in my business. And you keep forging ahead to do more. I want us to go into a little bit of how you even acquired customers at the beginning. Because what I also heard you say is that you got to a point where you knew you needed to scale because there was excess demand, right? There was a lot of
Okay.
demand, which means you had built up your customers to a point where you knew what you now needed was injection of what? Capital, right? And
Okay.
that's why you are confident to take the loan. So before you got to the point of the loan, can you tell us a bit about the methods you used? I know you mentioned Facebook ads that you eventually used, but the initial methods you used to even get a customer base for you to say there's a demand for my product and I now need to go into getting a loan. Tell us more about that. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, sir, for that question. I'll be very practical in this particular question. When I started initially, I'll go to my church. I belong to so many groups in my church. I belong to the women group. I'm a children minister, teacher. I have so many groups that I belong to. So after the close of service, I will go to church with my product. I'll go with them, package them neatly in their pouch, take it to church. After the close of church, I will meet members one after the other. That is the most aspect that I use. I'll be meeting them one after the other, telling them about our product and how good our products are and how nice and well packaged, presentable my product. I will try to convince them for them to buy. After doing that, my colleagues, as I said earlier, from the office will still be buying from me. And I will also be moving from shop to shop, from street to street. I'll be telling people, moving to schools, going to supermarkets, telling people, here are my products. I have quality products. And after then, I was now also depending on sponsored ads. I run sponsored ads on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok. those are the places I get customers from, because you cannot sit in Nigeria and you get customers in Nigeria. It is not possible like that. If you need customers in diaspora, you will run sponsored ads, and that's where you'll be able to reach out to them. And then if you also need to sell, if you're giving yourself a target, okay, in this month, I want to make sales to 1,000 customers. How you be able to achieve that is for you to have your product on ground and then run advertisements. Google ads is there. There are so many ads you can do. From there, you'll be able to, don't just depend on the physical customers, also depend on the sponsored ads, physical customers, and word of mouth. As I am selling to my customer, I will ask them for feedback. That's what I do. I will tell them, Ma, can you just tell me how was my product? Either on text or on physical, they will tell me. And if they tell me, I will also tell them, please, can you help me refer my product to your friends, your neighbors, or anybody around you, or even your in-laws? And they'll tell me, I will do that. And definitely those are the methods that was working for me. You'll see somebody calling you, Janel Foods, I got your number from my sister. She said you sell this, you do this. Can you package this product for me? Can I get crayfish from you? Can I get goat meat from you? Can you give certain number of products that I can use for myself and my family? Those were the method that I used at first.
That is absolutely awesome. And I think, Janet, you have implemented a very powerful bootstrapping techniques that you didn't have to learn in school. First of all, you have talked about the fact you started from family and friends. You are not shy to talk about your product to all your church members, to your colleagues, to your family. And this is where I say every successful founder must be a great salesperson. We cannot be shy about making money. And Janelle certainly was not shy about making money because, first of all, she established that she had a viable product, a good product that is worth talking about. You know, Seth Godin used to say that marketing is about making sure that your product is remarkable, that people can make a remark about your product. And that's what the starting point. I have a great product, and then I must talk about it. And you went ahead to talk about your product in church. You went from house to house. You didn't sit down waiting for people to come to you. You went out to them. And finally, you shared with us that you also had some kind of an informal referral system. You made sure your customers were happy. You asked them for feedback, and the customers who were happy with you also referred others to you. That is so, so powerful. And that's how you got up to the point where you could now say, wow, I have a customer base now. I have a product that is doing well. I now need to inject capital. Now, I want to push a little further. I like the fact that you talked about reaching to markets beyond your immediate environment. How easy is it in Nigeria to begin to export products? We do a lot of imports, right? We like foreign goods, but how easy is it to export?
I would say that it is very easy to export, but you need to belong to communities. You need to be trained by an expert. You need to know how to go about it by registering your brand in those platforms. Like we have NEPC Export Group that will help you register your company name, and then you can start exporting from them. You can as well export when you have communities of like minds. As a business person, you're just starting. Do not depend on yourself alone. Belong to communities. Get paid for knowledge. There are certain knowledge that does not come free of charge. There are certain platforms that you need to access it with money. So you pay to go into these things. I can remember in my early years of doing my business, my mother was telling me, you have done so many trainings. Can you just rest? You've spent so many money. I said, no, because I don't have to do it as a novice. I need to do it as an expert. And that is why we are here today. So for you to be able to export your goods from Nigeria, it is very easy. It is very simple. I have done it. I've been doing it, and I'm still doing it. I'm still exporting my foodstuffs to diaspora. So if you want to be exporting your foodstuff, get trained. Number one, you have to be trained. You have to be trained by a foodstuff processor and experts. You need to belong to communities. People need to lead you, need to show you the way. You need to have export certificates. You will not just stay at home and then you start exporting. You need to have those things on ground, on check. And by so doing, it will be very easy. And don't forget for you to have your customers in diaspora, abroad, countries like UK, USA, Canada. You need to do what we call sponsored adverts. That is what will sell you. That is what will push your product to the wall. Will tell the world, oh, this person is doing this business, because they won't be able to sit down there and see you, and they won't be able to know how good your products are. So running sponsored ads, you'll be able to showcase yourself and showcase your brand, telling the world that this is what you do.
That's so powerful. You know, we used to say in our circles that a closed mouth is a closed destiny. There's no value in having a great product and nobody knows that you have that product. And you've just talked about speaking about your product, your own word of mouth, plus sponsored ads. And I like the fact that you also mentioned the NEPC. I think it's the Nigeria Export Promotion Council, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, you're correct.
And then you talk about the fact that even in joining such official organizations, you need a lot of collaboration, people who will help you, because in some cases, you can't export products in bits. You must aggregate with other people to send it across the waters. So that's very powerful.
To add to that, you need to belong to communities. Go out for conferences, go out for seminars, go out for trainings. They are calling trainings for entrepreneurs in so place. You have to register, and because you won't just leave your house and go there. There are some all these trainings you need to register online, and then you go there physical. By going there, you meet people of like minds, people that are doing the same business with you. You can then collaborate, discuss further apart from the meeting place. Thank you.
Fantastic. Yes, be out there. Be out there. If you want to succeed as an entrepreneur, you just have to be out there. And this is where I also say that if you don't take yourself seriously, nobody else will take you seriously. So I think Janet, you took yourself seriously, went all out to make sure that you succeed in what you are doing. You got into the right networks that will help you. And they say that your network determines your net worth, right? Your network determines your net worth. You went to the right networks, you collaborated, you found out what it would take to do what you want. You are clear on what you want, and you found out what it would take to achieve what you want. Thank you for that. That's powerful, powerful insights around bootstrapping. Now, let's delve into the Nigerian environment. Based on your experience, what difficulties do you see in the Nigerian business environment, particularly for small businesses? What opportunities do you see, and how did you manage to surmount the difficulties and exploit the opportunities in the Nigerian environment? Tell us more about that. Yeah.
The difficulties for emerging entrepreneurs in Nigeria range around deliveries, high cost of deliveries. Either you're bringing in your product or you're sending out your product to your final consumers or your wholesale buyers. High cost of delivery has been one problem we are facing. But nevertheless, don't be too sad to say to give up at that point. Immediately you face with high cost of delivery, you'll be like, oh, I'm finished, I can't do it again. You close down your business. No. And also there's a saying that they say that once your business exits 5 years, it means that your business can never go down again. So in the process, you're just starting your 1 year, your 2 years, 3 years in business, and you're facing with this kind of challenges. You need to ask yourself, how did the existing entrepreneurs succeed in these aspects? How can I also succeed in it? Myself, I am going to put myself an example here. I'm going to be so practical about it. I register my company, Janel Foods, with a delivery company. We have some deliveries company here in Lagos State that instead of this particular place charging you 5,000 naira, 7,000 naira, they will come and tell you, can you bring your goods? They gather all goods together. I am charging you 3,000 naira. And by so doing, my customers will be so happy to pay 3,000 naira instead of telling them to pay 5,000 naira. Because if I'm telling them to pay 5,000 naira, they might run away from me. So I register my company with these companies. So anytime I'm having deliveries, we have lots of deliveries. I will send them to those companies and they will send me my bill. And their bills are always within 3,000, 2,500, 2,700, depending on where you're sending your goods to. So you can as well explore this method in bringing sending out your goods. Then in high cost of bringing in your goods, you can send it to parks where they load in trucks. I bring in my goods from far places. My product comes from the north, from the south, even from the east, far places. So what I do, I get these things in bulk. I take it to the trucks. They will send it from the trucks for me. So if normal commercial buses are charging 15,000 naira to deliver to Lagos State, bigger buses or bigger trucks will charge you the rate of 500 naira, 1,500, 1,000 naira, 3,000 naira, depending on the volume of your goods. So this has really helped me a lot. Another problem we are facing is high cost of electricity in Nigeria. Even with this, you can still overcome it. Recharge your meter and see how you can use it. When you finish your production, you switch off your lights. When you want to produce again, you on your lights. And we also have an increase in government taxations, government regulatory agencies like the NAFDAC. As a business person, that's why I said you need to belong to a community. We have communities like the Kabila Club. We have communities like the Kabila Strategy Club. You can belong to it. They can help you in making sure that you succeed in a particular thing that you're finding difficulty in it. Myself, I belong to so many communities that helped in one thing or the other. Like we have here the government levies, local government levies, and federal government taxations, NAFDAC, sons, and the likes. I belong to communities like Maba. In Maba, we are communities of over 1,000 women, business women in that platform. So what we do, if we are registering for NAFDAC now, they will announce it that everybody that wants to register for NAFDAC, Maba has partnered with NAFDAC, and then they are going to reduce the sum of the registration. If you're standing alone on your own to register for NAFDAC, in fact, you will close your business, you want to run away. But if you're going through this platform like the Maba community, they will bring group women, 100 women at a time, 50 at a go, and then you can pay a subsidized rate. So these are the practical methods that I use in overcoming the difficulties in Nigeria to scale up as a business woman.
That's massive. That's massive. You mentioned the issue of delivery, especially when it comes to consumer goods sales. You mentioned power supply, government levies, and some of the solutions you mentioned are simply being resilient, being able to say, somebody crossed the 5-year line, I can also cross it. If there's a will, there's a way. So you found those delivery companies that could deliver in bulk. You also found communities that could help you engage government as a unit, like Maba, and communities that could help you brainstorm your business, like Kabila, the strategy community, and so forth. And I like the fact that you also talked about bulk buying when talking about sourcing your goods, and that's so powerful. So, in essence, in summary, the environment has its challenges, but you can surmount those challenges through creative thinking, through collaboration, and through resilience. Thank you very much. That is so powerful. Yeah, thank you for sharing. I'm sure many of us will find it very useful insight. Okay, let's talk a bit more about capital and how you manage to accelerate your growth. Before I mention that, I recall that we met at the Africa SME Assembly, and I think that goes back to the conversation you mentioned about making sure you participate in such entrepreneurial programs, whether they are paid or free. And that's very, very insightful. Maybe you'll touch on that a bit more later, but I also wanted to ask about how you manage capital in terms of that growth, gaining traction, right? And you tell us about the loan you got and the nuances around the loan, what people told you about loans, difficulties you face making profit and being able to pay loans off from profit, the time period you had, and everything around how you eventually created value from the loan. Tell us a bit more about that. Yeah.
As a business person, you don't need to sit at your home every time. You go out to occasions, go out for programs, go out for events, seminars, trainings, conferences, and get yourself trained, be knowledgeable enough in your field. Because if you're knowledgeable enough in your field, as I met you, sir, during the conference, I was able to sell my business to you. I was able to tell you the value of my business, why you need to get my product. And that is when we get connected. So by so doing, you'll be you'll be having connections to how you can get soft loans, how you can get some loans, how you can get grants, how you can get equity free loans. The loans I got when I applied to the Kabila group, Kabila, yes, club for the loan, I discussed it with somebody. I discussed it with my godmother. She was like, no, please don't go into it, don't take. Because there's this norm that people used to have that anytime you get a loan, they will put something inside, they'll put juju, you will not be able to pay. The money will drain you. In fact, you will not be able to gather your money first, neither for you to be able to pay the person. But I didn't listen to her. Seriously, I didn't listen to her. I went ahead because at that point I saw that I have enough tractions. I have customers that I need to upskill. I need to pay staffs. I need to buy equipment, and I needed more funds to be able to come out for people to see me more. So I applied for the loan in the Kabila group. The loan helped me so much. I have to tell you that immediately the money came in, we were able to sell. Before now, we used to sell in a month, or let me say in a year, we can sell up to 1,022 persons can get our product. But when the loan came in, we were able to sell over 5,690 something persons in a period of 1 year. We were able to reach out to those through that loan. And by so doing, we were making money, profit for our company. So the loan really helped my company. And as I am talking to you now, we are planning on expanding, having a physical store soon. With the help of the loan, we were able to overcome all those fears. And today I can sit or I can stand to tell somebody like that, if you're ready to get a loan, just put your mind that you'll be able to pay it and be focused. Don't divert the funds to another thing, because immediately you divert the funds to another project, another personal issues, personal matters, that is when you will come back to say that it's juju that made your money to disappear, which it was not. So if you discipline yourself, if you set your personal funds separate from your business money, there's no loan that you collect that you will not be able to pay. And there are so many loans, so many grants in Nigeria that can help you to scale up if you're ready to do it.
Wow, I like that last one. If you're ready to scale up, money is available. And the attitude of, I simply need to stay focused. If I'm overwhelmed with the fear that somebody has jinxed the loan, then I wouldn't be able to pay. If I'm also indisciplined and I'm diverting the funds to my personal needs instead of the business, I will be unable to pay. And you basically multiplied your number of customers per year by 5. How did this happen? Was this through the ads primarily, or how did the loan help with that?
Yes, it was through the app, the loan money. So we were running sponsored ads on all platforms. Every day you see my ads on your face. You open your phone, you'll see my ads on Facebook, you'll see my ads on Instagram, you'll see my ads on TikTok. So with the funding, I was able to run all this back to back every time without slagging behind or going stopping a day with because of funds. I don't have a fund to, and then the loan also helped in stocking up the product. That was very important because there was a time we stocked up when the product was low, and then we were able to sell it when it was high, and it was a plus to our company.
Fantastic. So marketing and then making sure your stocks were up to date. That's so wonderful. This implies that the investment you made in social media marketing was worth it. And you also said that you were like back to back on all platforms, which means it's almost like showing up. We used to tell people, show up in your shop every day. The same way you would have shown up as a physical store, you are showing up on social media every single day through
Of
automating
course,
the
that
ads.
is your
Yeah.
physical store. Yes.
Yeah. That your social media platform becomes your store because and you begin to show up every day. There's a short
Yeah.
story I will tell. I just had a recent conversation with one of the members of Kapila, the strategy community, and he mentioned that he wanted to start selling clothes, but he was looking for money to get a shop. So I said, look, if you want to sell clothes, you don't need a shop to start selling clothes. You need an Instagram account or a TikTok account, and you need to leverage your WhatsApp. How many contacts do you have on your WhatsApp? Can you sell to them? And sometimes what we need is a mindset shift for us to know that certain things are possible in ways that we previously did not think they were possible. So thank you so much for sharing that. Let me ask you one penultimate question, one question before the last question around your customers. You moved from 1,000 something customers to about 5,000 something customers. How do you handle customer retention or customer communication? How do you make sure you're keeping in touch with customers? Do you have a record of your customers? Do you contact them monthly? Do you give them gifts? How do you manage retaining that 5,000
Okay.
customers as you scale? Yeah.
Okay. At the initial stage, anytime you're buying something from us, we'll make sure that we add an extra gift for you. So by so doing, it was so enticing to them. In fact, there was one day I forgot to add this. She's my constant customer, returning customers. She gets foodstuffs from us on monthly basis. So there's this time that she sent in her food list, and then I forgot to add her gifts. I didn't even know she valued that gift so much. They value it. You know, a lot of customers will not come out plain to tell you that, thank you, I received the extra gift. So the woman was like, Janel, he did not add my gift for me. I said, ma, which gift? She said, the extra crayfish that you used to add. And that got me like, I was like, wow. So it means customers value the little things we add for them. These are the method we use. We give them gifts. On Christmas, we do a customized card for them. We add a tangible gift for them. We send them new month text messages. We have a broadcast list where we send them messages in bulk. We remind them, we checked up on them. A lot of them, I record their birthdays on my book. So what I do, I'll be opening the books to check whose birthday is today, and I will wish them happy birthday, send them messages. Using this method, it has really helped us because they will end up referring you to other friends. And another thing that keeps us on the top is the way we package and we present our products, and also being sincere, integrity in this aspect. We are so sincere in the sense that if we tell you that this product works this way, that's the exact way you see it. A lot, some entrepreneurs, they are not sincere, they are not truthful, they are not trustworthy. They will package a product that they know themselves they cannot consume it. They'll package it and send it out to their customers. At that point, definitely you lose the customer. you won't have the customer again. But by the special grace of God, Janel Food started since 2022. We have not recorded even one bad review till today. Instead, it keeps increasing. The number keeps increasing. The number keeps increasing because we are what we are sincere. We are focused. We have human hearts. So that is how we have been able to scaled up from 1,000 customers to 5,894 customers in 1 year. We're able to reach out to these people because we are in business. You need to be consistent. You need to be focused. You need to put all your mind in it. You need to do what is right and not doing what is wrong. So that is how we've been scaled up to that number.
This is a masterclass in small business scaling, Janel. And thank you so much. And I'm sure many people will reach out to you to ask deeper questions around how you made this work. Because what you're saying is that you were able to, first of all, you were able to maintain a record of your customers. Like that's why you can tell me an exact number, 5,900 X or 800 X, because you kept a record of your customers. You're able to wish them periodic birthday wishes because you kept their numbers, right? And you had a system for basically checking whether someone, and you actually kept their numbers and you kept their birthdays. You're also saying that you had a lot of a tradition of giving gifts, and you had probably calculated that by giving this gift, what I'm going to get from it is more than what I'm losing by giving that gift. And that kept your customers loving you and recommending you to the point where you're able to multiply your sales. That is so awesome. That is so awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. So last but not least, are there still opportunities in Nigeria? And what would you tell emerging entrepreneurs in Nigeria today as your final chef to them? Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir. There are so many opportunities in Nigeria. We have so many people that are ready to invest in you. If you yourself, you're ready to do your job, you're ready to do your work. There are so many people, so many investors, there are so many grants on ground. You have communities like MSME Africa Community. They have a WhatsApp group. They're on Google. You can Google it and join their WhatsApp group. There are so many grant opportunity that you can get from there. Coming to Kabila, the strategy club, you will see so many opportunities. Opportunities are being shared there periodically. You can have things like we do things like grants where you present your business to the community, and then the overall best goes on with a fund. So in Nigeria, there are so many investors, in as much as you're able to put in your work, you're able to have your record, you're able to do your bookkeeping, you're able to present your business to the investors. Let them know the problem you're solving. Let them know how you have been able to help your immediate community. And then where you are now, have your numbers at the back of your palm. And you will see that people will be ready to invest in you. When you're coming out, when you're showing up daily, you'll be surprised how people are watching you. You'll be so surprised because a lot of people say, nobody's seeing me. People are seeing you. So many people are seeing you. Many people comes to us to say, we want to invest in your company. It is because we are showing up. It is because we have represented ourselves that we are able to do these things. But if we used to post once in a blue moon, once in a month, we post once and then we don't even go out for functions, we don't even go out for trainings, nobody will be ready to invest his or her money in you. But if you're ready to do the job, if you have passion, because the main thing is for you to have passion for your business. You will not just do a business because your neighbor is doing it or your sister is doing it. You need to have passion. This thing I am going into, do I have passion in it? How do I love this, my business? Because if you love your business, you give all your energy and you will go all out for it. So what you need to do is that put in your energy first, and then grants will be coming. We have Bank of Industry. They are giving out grants to business women. They are giving out loans. We have soft loans from some banks like SME friendly banks, like we have the Eco Bank, I think this bank, Sterling, we have some, even FCMB, they are ready to fund women. They are ready to fund you in as much as they will see that you're ready to do this job. So there are so many opportunities that you can have as a business person. You're not alone. So don't be discouraged. Don't think I don't have funding. Don't think I cannot do it alone. I cannot do it only myself. You have so many people that will come to fund you, either by grant or by loan or anywhere. So,
Wow. Fantastic. Opportunities in Nigeria exist as long as you can show your value, remain consistent, show passion for your business, and show presence. And I like the digital model that you have adopted, which means you are consistently showing up online, but at the same time, you're consistently showing up offline in events, in programs that people meet you and they're able to connect you with your online presence. Janet,
yes.
this has been a powerful interview. I'm sure everyone who watches it will see the value in your story and in the insights you have gained growing Janel stores. Thank you so much for sharing. Let me give you one more minute to just share final thoughts, advice, invitation, or share something about to your customers or potential customers out there in the world. Yeah.
Okay, firstly, I'll speak to my emerging entrepreneurs that are coming up. I would like to tell you that before I will go up from the screen now, I'd like to tell you that as a business person, you need to have the 3 C's at the finger of your tips. Know these 3 C's, and they are being, number one is being competent, have character. That is, you give them quality services, render quality services to your customers, and have capacity. Develop yourself in the business field that you are. Present yourself as if you're able, you're capable of doing everything. So the 3 C's are competent, character, and capacity. So I would like to encourage you today that if you're consistent with your business, if you're going all out for your business, definitely your pocket will smile one day. As we are today, you will also get to that height one day. So this is my word for you for today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Janelle. This is so powerful. Deeply appreciated. And thank you for coming on Unity Africa. We wish you the best in your future endeavors and we'll continue to support you and support other emerging entrepreneurs as we go forward. Thank you for today. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.